Hare Krishna, thank you for joining. Let's make a start. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunj Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunj Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Giravardhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giravardhari, Shodhanandana Varjana Ranjana, Shodhanandana Vrajjana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari, Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Agyantimirhandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavcha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunathanutam Sajivam Sadvitam Savdutam Krishna Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vichakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutadevi Pranmami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatrubhescha Kirpa Sindhubevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasti Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kroti Vachalam Bhangayam Degarim Yat Kirpatam Vandashi Gundi Taranam Ramananda Madham Shitanesharam Hari Om Tassat Narayam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Naruttamam Devim Sasvitya Santato Jamadurya Nasta Preshabdrisha Nitamam Se Bhakti 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 Nestiki. Hare Krishna and happy Diwali. I think in India they're celebrating today, so nice. Okay, so we shall continue. Stop sharing these and so we are on Shloka 19 today, and last time we were talking about how Maharaj Parikshit was the last in the bloodline to the throne, and he was a first class devotee, just like Yudhishthira Maharaj, so he was perfect for the job. And then he was talking about giving charity, how charity should be given the right way. It's not just about giving charities, who is given to and at what time is given, etc., and the reason it's given. So all these things are very important as well. So the charity can be in the mode of goodness, otherwise you may get reactions for giving charity. And also we're talking about auspicious, inauspicious times of the constellation, of the cosmos, when birth, somebody takes birth. Wonderful. So, 19, Brahmana Uchu, Parth Prajavita Sakshat, Ikshvakur Iv Manavaha, Brahmanayaha Satya Sandescha Ramo Dashrathi Yatha. So, Brahmanaha, the good Brahmanas, Uchu said, Parth, O son of Pritha, Praja, those who are born, Avita, maintain, Sakshat, directly, Ikshvaku, Eva, exactly like King Ikshvaku, Manava, son of Manu, Brahmanaya, follows and respectful to the Brahman, Satya, Sanda, truthful by promise, Cha, also Ramha, the person regarded Ram, Dashrathi, the son of Maharaj Dashrath, Yatha, like him. So the learned Brahmanas said, O son of Pritha, this child shall be exactly like King Ikshvaku, son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born, and as for following the Brahmanical principles, especially in being true to his promise. He shall be exactly like Ram, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaj Dashrath. So, son of Pritha, that's Yudhishthira Maharaj, son of Mata Kunti, whose name actually was Pritha. But I think she was adopted by Kunti Bhoj, so she, out of respect, she called herself Kunti. So Praja means the living being who has taken his birth in the material world. Actually, like the living being has no birth and no death, but because of his separation from the service of the Lord and due to his desire to lord it over material nature, he is offered a suitable body to satisfy his material desires. In doing so, one becomes conditioned by the laws of material nature, and the material body is changed in terms of its own work. The living entity thus transmigrates from one body to another in 8.4 million species of life, but due to his being the part and parcel of the Lord, he not only is maintained with all necessaries of life by the Lord, but also is protected by the Lord and his representatives, the saintly kings. These saintly kings give protection to all the prajas, or living beings, to live and to fulfill their terms of imprisonment. Maharaj Parikshit was actually an ideal saintly king because while touring his kingdom, he happened to see that a poor cow was about to be killed by the personified Kali, whom he at once took to task as a murderer. This means that even the animals were given protection by the saintly administrators. And now the animals are killed whimsically. 1 minute they're talking about compassion, and then they're eating those animals as well. There's so much hypocrisy going on. But because those who have taken their birth in the material world have the right to live, all the saintly kings, beginning from the king of the sun globe down to the king of the earth, are so inclined by the influence of the Vedic literatures. The Vedic literatures are taught in higher planets also, as there is reference in the Bhagavad-Gita 4.1 by the teachings to the sun god, Vivaswan, by the Lord. As such lessons are transferred by disciplic succession. Even Lord Brahma, he was given the Chaturshloki to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam by the Lord himself. So everybody has to follow the Vedic literature. That's the material laws in the material world, and from Patal to Brahmlok is all material world, and that's just one universe. The Vedic literatures are taught in higher planets also, as there is reference in the Bhagavad-Gita about sun god, and as such lessons are transferred by split succession, as it was done by the sun god to his son Manu, and from Manu to Maharaj Ikshvaku. So that was the split succession that we are following. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and the Manu referred to here exactly is the seventh Manu, who is one of the Prajapatis. So those who create progeny, and he is the son of the sun god. He is known as the Vasvat Manu. He had 10 sons, and Maharaj Ikshvaku is one of them. Maharaj Ikshvaku also learned Bhakti Yoga as taught in the Bhagavad-Gita from his father, Manu, who got it from his father, the sun god. Later on, the teachings of the Bhagavad-Gita came down by disciplic succession from Maharaj Ikshvaku. But in course of time, this chain was broken. This is in course of time. So this is what time does. It just devours things. Even knowledge, it turns into knowledge, is devoured with time. It's that powerful. Was broken by unscrupulous persons, and therefore it again had to be taught to Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So all the Vedic literatures are current from the very beginning of creation of the material world. So the handbook, it comes with the manufacturing, from the manufacturer. And thus the Vedic literatures are known as Aporusha, not made by man. The Vedic knowledge was spoken by the Lord and first heard by Brahma, the first creative being within the universe. So that's all about transcendental knowledge, how it's delivered from the beginning. Maharaj Ikshvaku, one of the sons of Vyavasvat Manu, he had 100 sons. He prohibited meat eating. His son Shashad became the next king after his death. The Manu mentioned in this verse as the father of Ikshvaku is the seventh Manu of the name Vyavasvat Manu, the son of sun god Vivasvan, to whom Lord Krishna instructed the teachings of Bhagavad-Gita prior to his teaching them to Arjun. Mankind is a descendant of Manu. This Vyavasvat Manu had 10 sons named Ikshvaku, Nabhag, Drishta, Sharyati, Nishyanta, Nabhag. So you have to go to Nabhag and Nabhag, Dishta, Karusha, Prashadar, and Vasuman. So you don't hear these names anymore, these traditional names. The Lord's incarnation, Matsya, the gigantic fish, was invented during the beginning of Vyavasvat Manu's reign. He learned the principles of Bhagavad-Gita from his father, Vyavasvan, the sun god, and he instructed the same to his son Maharaj Ikshvaku. In the beginning of the Treta Yuga, the sun god instructed devotional service to Manu, and Manu in his turn instructed it to Ikshvaku for the welfare of the whole human society. So the sun god instructed devotional service to Manu. So that's, they're passing on this knowledge to their heirs to the throne, to the next generation. You don't get that anymore. You just get told maybe the tricks of the trade, how to do politics and how to handle people, how to manipulate people, and hopefully how to inspire people, but nothing about spirituality. And Lord Ram, the Supreme Personality Godhead, incarnated himself as Shri Ram, accepting the sonhood of his pure devotee Maharaj Dashrath, the king of Ayodhya. Lord Ram is so sweet, and when you imagine, or when you think about that Krishna has appeared as Lord Ram, he just makes it even more sweeter that he's taken on that pastime, and for teaching us lessons, teaching us things, and plus he enjoys his pastimes as well. And this is saying, oh, this is Krishna now in the form of Ram. It just makes it even more sweeter. The king of Ayodhya, Lord Ram descended along with his plenary portions, and how different they are. That's the best thing. It's like an actor doing a totally different role to one. You know him to be. He's totally serious role. Where Krishna, he's not, as Krishna, he's not serious. He's just having so much fun and everything. He's only serious when his devotees are disturbed by demonic forces. Otherwise, he's always enjoying. And then you have Lord Ram, who's very, very serious. And Lord Ram didn't even he didn't do pranks. He didn't joke too much. He didn't go into laughter too much. And he did a couple of pranks, and they sort of backfired on him because he wasn't meant to be doing pranks, and like Krishna teasing the gopis and messing with even the demons, like they're always doing something like that. Whereas Lord Ram, I think he did a couple of pranks. I think one was with Martana and Shrupnaka. Yeah, Mantra, yeah, Mantra and Shrupnaka, and he joked with them, and they both backfired on him, as we already know that what happened there. So it just didn't suit him to be doing pranks and jokes, because he was a serious personality. So Lord Ram descended along with his plenary portions, and all of them appeared as his younger brothers. In the month of Chaitra, on the 9th day of the growing moon, in the Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared as usual to establish the principles of religion and to annihilate the disturbing elements. And this is amazing, what a coincidence that is Diwali, and I did not arrange this. It's divine intervention. I did not arrange today that we'll be talking about Lord Ram. It's Krishna has arranged this, that we should talk about Lord Ram, pay respects to Lord Ram today. Amazing. All of them appeared as younger brothers. That's his plenary portions. So Kiran Prabhu, so Lord Ram descended along with his plenary portions, and they all appeared as his younger brothers. In the month of Chaitra, on the 9th day of the growing moon, in the Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared as usual to establish the principles of religion and to annihilate the disturbing elements. So when he was just a young boy, he helped the great sage Vishwamitra by killing Subahu and striking Maricha, the two demons who were disturbing the sages and the daily discharge of duties. So Lord Vishwamitra, he took him from Maharaj Dasharatha, saying, I need your son's help to destroy some demons. And Lord Ram, naturally he was very dear. Actually, he was the dearest son to Maharaj Dasharatha, and it was very difficult for Maharaj Dasharatha to give up his son to Brahman and to go out and do something so dangerous, because he was like this child at that time. As mentioned here, when he was just a young boy. So it was very difficult for him. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's also mentioned like Lord Nityananda, he was also very special son to his father. And when a Brahman came to his house, they served him nicely, and they naturally obey those days, they would follow all the instructions of the Brahman, and when Brahma was about to leave, he asked that if Lord Nityananda could come with him to pilgrimage, and he said, "I'll show him all the places, and I need him to come with me because I don't have anybody serving me at the moment. So if he could come like a servant with me." And it was very difficult for Lord Nityananda's father to give up his son to go with the Brahman. So like that, Lord Ram, very difficult for Raja Dashrath to send his son with Vishwamitra, sage Vishwamitra, at that time. So the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas are meant to cooperate for the welfare of the mass of people. The Brahmana sages endeavor to enlighten the people by perfect knowledge, and the Kshatriyas are meant for their protection. Lord Ramchandra is the ideal king for maintaining and protecting the highest culture of humanity, known as Brahmanya Dharam. The Lord is specifically the protector of the cows and the Brahmanas, and hence he enhances the prosperity of the Lord. He rewarded the administrative demigods by effective weapons to conquer the demons through the agency of Vishwamitra. He was present in the bow sacrifice of King Janak, and by breaking the invincible bow of Shiva, he married Sita Devi, daughter of Maharaj Janak. So after his marriage, he accepted exile in the forest for 14 years by the order of his father, Maharaj Dashrath, to help the administration of the demigods. He killed 14,000 demons, and by the intrigues of the demons, his wife Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravan. He made friendship with Sugriv, who was helped by the Lord to kill Bali, brother of Sugriv. By the help of Lord Ram, Sugriv became the king of Vanars, a race of gorillas. The Lord built a floating bridge of stones on the Indian Ocean and reached Lanka, the kingdom of Ravan, who had kidnapped Sita. Later on, Ravan was killed by him, and Ravan, brother Vibhishan, was installed on the throne of Lanka. Vibhishan was one of the brothers of Ravan, a demon, but Lord Ram made him immortal by his blessings. On the expiry of 14 years, after settling the affairs at Lanka, the Lord came back to his kingdom, Ayodhya, by Flower Plain. He instructed his brother Shatrughan to attack Lavana Asur, who reigned at Mathura, and the demon was killed. He performed 10 Ashwamedha sacrifices, and later on he disappeared while taking a bath in the Sharayu river. The great epic Ramayana is the history of Lord Ram's activities in the world, and the authoritative Ramayana was written by the great poet Valmiki. This is so amazing. In one verse, we have discussed the whole of Ramayana, from the birth, the parents of Lord Ram to his disappearance. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. This is amazing. And you were saying that Valmiki wrote Ramayana?
Valmiki incarnated as Tulsidas in Kali.
Yeah, but
Ramcharitmanas.
anyway, Valmiki wrote Ramayana.
Ramcharitmanas.
Ramcharitmanas, and Hanumanji told him that in the Kali Yuga, that people will not understand. It's all in Sanskrit, they will not understand. And then he wrote it in?
Hanumanji said to Tulsidas that Valmiki, that when you come as Tulsidas in Kali Yuga, then make sure you write the Ramayana in the vernacular language, means the local language, which people can understand.
Yeah, so this is something we found out recently. Very interesting. Thank you so much. And okay, so let me see if there's anything we can add here. Okay, so the Brahmanas extols the qualities of Maharaj Parikshit, comparing him to the exalted souls, even Lord Ram. So, wow. So yeah, we said earlier that he was like Lord Ram. It means Maharaj was an extraordinary soul. So this, if you wonder why, certainly decided to talk about Lord Ram, although I feel it's the Lord intervention here to bless us all by speaking and by hearing. We get blessings from the Lord by his pastimes, which means he was an extraordinary soul. Srila Prabhupada takes the opportunity to glorify the previous kings that way as well. He will have qualities of Maharaj Ikshvaku, which means he will be saintly king with knowledge of Krishna consciousness. He will be like Lord Ram, establish the principles of religion and highlight the disturbing elements, maintaining and protecting the highest culture of humanity. So you can say Maharaj Parikshit, is glorified so much. He's compared to Dishta, he's compared to Ram, Ikshvaku, all the great souls, personalities that appeared before him. So yeah, amazing. So we'll do 20. Eshadata sharanayascha yatahi ushi narah shibhi yasho vitanita swanam doshiyantar iva yajvanam. Aisha, this child, Tata, Donna, in charity, Sharneha, protector of the surrendered, Cha, and Yatha, as he certainly, Oshi Naraha, the country named Oshinar, Shibi, Yasha, fame, Vitanita, disseminator, Swanam of the kinsman, Doshyanti Eva, like Bharat, the son of Doshyant, Jajvanam, of those who have performed many sacrifices. This child will be a munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous King Shibi of the Ushinar country. The Brahmanas are glorifying so much, comparing him to all big personalities, and he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant. Now you can see why Krishna saved him and why he had the opportunity to bring about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as well. A great personality. So a king becomes famous by his acts of charity, performances of yajnas, protection of the surrendered, etc. Like a Kshatriya king is proud to give protection to the surrendered souls. This attitude of a king is called Ishwar Bhav. So a Kshatriya king is proud to give protection to the surrendered souls and charity and perform yajnas, or factual power to give protection in a righteous cause. In the Bhagavad-Gita, the Lord instructs living beings to surrender unto him in chapter 18, and he promises all protection. The Lord is all powerful and true to his word, and therefore he never fails to give protection to his different devotees. The king, being the representative of the Lord, must possess this attitude of giving protection to the surrendered souls at all risk. Maharaj Shibi, the king of Ushinar, was an intimate friend of Maharaj Yayati, who was able to reach the heavenly planets along with Maharaj Shibi. Maharaj Shibi was aware of the heavenly planet where he was to be transferred after his death. And the description of this heavenly planet is given in Mahabharata. Maharaj Shibi was so charitably disposed that he wanted to give over his acquired position in the heavenly kingdom to Yayati, but he didn't accept it. Yayati went to the heavenly planet along with great rishi like Ashtak and others. On inquiry from the rishis, Yayati gave an account of Shibi's pious acts when all of them were on the path to heaven. He has become a member of the assembly of Yamraj, who has become his worshipful deity. As confirmed in the Bhagavad-Gita, the worshipper of the demigods goes to the planets of the demigod, Yanti Deva Vrat Devan. So Maharaj Shibi has become an associate of the great Vaishnava authority Yamraj on that particular planet. While he was on the earth, he became very famous as a protector of surrendered souls and a donor of charities. So these are pious activities. If you do a lot of pious activities, you will go to heavenly planets. The king of heaven once took the shape of a pigeon hunter, bird, eagle, and Agni. The fire god took the shape of a pigeon. The pigeon, while being chased by the eagle, took shelter on the lap of Maharaj Shibi, and the hunter eagle wanted the pigeon back from the king. The king wanted to give it some other meat to eat and requested the bird not to kill the pigeon. The hunter bird refused to accept the king's offer, but it was settled later on that eagle would accept flesh from the body of the king of the pigeon's equivalent weight. Wow. The king began to cut flesh from his body to weigh in the balance equivalent to the weight of the pigeon. But the mystic pigeon always remained heavier. The king then put himself on the balance to equate with the pigeon. I think he had got the right idea, and the demigods were pleased with him. The king of heaven and the fire god disclosed their identity, and the king was blessed by them. Devrishi Narad also glorified Maharaj Shibi for his great achievements, specifically in charity and protection. So he is the ultimate protector and the ultimate charity giver. Anybody wants his protection, he will put his life on the line to save them, as he demonstrated here, even a pigeon. Maharaj Shibi sacrificed his own son for the satisfaction of human beings in his kingdom, and this child Parikshit was to become a second Shibi in charity and protection. And another example, Dushyanti Bharat. There are many Bharats in history, of which Bharat, the brother of Lord Ram, Bharat, the son of King Rishabh, and Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant, are very famous. So, and all these Bharats are historically known to the universe. This earth planet is known as Bharat or Bharatvarsh, due to King Bharat, the son of Rishabhadev. But according to some, this land is known as Bharat due to the reign of the son of Dushyant. So far as we are convinced, this land's name Bharatvarsh was established from the reign of Bharat, the son of King Rishabhadev. Before him, the land was known as Ilavratvarsh. But just after the incarnation of Bharat, the son of Rishabh, this land became famous as Bharatvarsh. But despite all this, Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant, was not less important. He is son of famous beauty Shakuntala, so Dushyant and Shakuntala. Maharaj Dushyant fell in love with Shakuntala in the forest, and Bharat was conceived. After that, Maharaj forgot his wife Shakuntala by the curse of Kanva Muni, and the childbirth was brought up in the forest by his mother. Even in his childhood, he was so powerful that he challenged the lions and elephants in the forest and would fight with them as little children play with cats and dogs. Because of the boys becoming so strong, more than the so-called modern Tarzan, the rishis in the forest called him Sarvadaman, or one who is able to control everyone. Full description of Maharaj Bharat is given in the Mahabharat, Adi Parv. The Pandavas or the Kurus are sometimes addressed as Bharat due to being born in the dynasty of the famous Maharaj Bharat, the son of King Dushyant. So it's that Bharat, they are in the dynasty of not Bharat of Maharaj Rishabhadev. Very interesting. And as we've said before, that looks like all these films and serials that they follow on from they take inspiration from our scriptures, because it says here Tarzan is like Maharaj son Bharat. So they can get inspiration from that and build a character on those bases. And so, okay. So as compared to Mahashimi, he was known for his charity protection. Maharaj Parikshit was also exhibit these qualities, and he was the son of famous beauty. So we're just talking about Bharat of Dushyant. He was son of the famous beauty Shakuntala and Maharaj Dushyant. He was strong like a lion, and he also exhibited this strength. So Maharaj Parikshit had all the opulences and all the qualities that may have been available in different. If you think about it, they've described so many different personalities, with certain vibhutis of the Lord, whereas they're saying that Maharaj Parikshit has all these vibhutis, in one personality. So amazing personality Maharaj Parikshit has been described as. So we shall stop here, and love to hear from yourselves on this very interesting first time. And so we have time. So Kiran Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody, on this auspicious day of Diwali. And it's amazing how the dice has dropped on Ram's Leela. And this must be by divine providence.
Amazing.
And so you couldn't have arranged it any better. I think there are mysterious forces and hands at play here. There is not a lot I can say because there's in one or two texts and purports so much has been indicated. It talks of the elevated soul of Parikshit, who is compared to Yudhishthira. And he is, of course, a very, very important character within the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And it starts off talking about how this Vedic literature has been passed around the universe in its Sanskrit form. Looks like we talk of a language which is pertinent to India, but it's not. It's a language which is pertinent to the whole of creation and the universe, and long may it come back so that people can relish the grace within Sanskrit, which is far superior to what the contemporary alphabet and Latin kind of modern day languages convey. So much was said about Kali, how the bull had only 3 legs, and how Parikshit had all encounters with Kali. And there was also the discussion of how Brahma learned and became aware of the Vedas. And it is not through words, it was through the sound of the flute. Krishna conveyed that information to Brahma through the flute. So we often think, well, words are important, of course they are, but the sound is equally powerful. And so the sound of creation is what we have been brought up on, the sound of Om. Brahma then took responsibility for the creation of the different universes. And there are multiverses and different Brahmas in different universes. There was also talk of the different avatars. In one purport, talks of Matsya and goes on to discussing all the other avatars that came after. And then we descended onto Ram. Ram and the story of Sita and Ravan and Hanuman is all evident to us. And it was only through the grace of the efforts that people put in India that Ayodhya is now a fully functioning place of worship. And of course, the Devas have been lit in its fullest glories today. Ram has come home. And of course, the worship of Ram continues in its fullest glories today. Ram was a very pious king. Ram conveyed all the aspects of charity, piety, and these are the elements which will see individuals be elevated to the highest realms. Those are basic human qualities, and our movement does talk of simple living, higher thinking. Those are the most simplest things: charity, piety, compassion, care, kindness, love. As basic as that, and that's all that's required. And so these kings perform those duties. Even Judge Bharat didn't trample on the ants. He ensured that he danced around the ants. So it's those qualities of having compassion. I mean, that king who would not give up the pigeon, but was prepared to give up slices of his flesh to ensure that no animal was harmed in that process. That is the essence of our faith, our dharam, our sadhana, that ensures that himsha, non-violence and peace, continues in its purest forms. The story of King Ram is so relevant today, and hence the dice has fallen on the right spot today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah, just thinking. So this eagle and the pigeon, I mean, survival of the fittest, and we do all survive on living entities. End of the day, the animals, they eat other entities to survive. That's just the way that the Lord has made the system, that the stronger is eating the weaker. And in this case, the Maharaj said to the eagle, you can eat meat, but eat some other meat, because right now this particular pigeon has surrendered to me, so I can't give you this pigeon. So, but we can get you meat, or you can go and find some other meat. So he understood that the eagle needs to eat meat, and that's his food. But he says, but because this particular pigeon is my has surrendered to me, I will protect you with my life. So that's very interesting. Thanks so much, Prabhu. And Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy Diwali. Thank you so much for the class this morning. I think my key points were starting with verse 19 around how our Vedic literatures are eternal teachings, and how they've been passed down the disciplinic succession or retaught at times by Krishna when the chain was broken, and in previous ages this knowledge wasn't even written down, it was passed down verbally. Memories were so much more better back in those ages compared to in this age. But we are so fortunate that through Srila Prabhupada that we've been given access to these sutras, these shastras like Bhagavad-Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, CC in a written format. So along with like the Sanskrit origins, etc. So we've got that clear line of sight of how these, the origins essentially. Sort of thinking about that. And yeah, as Girimbabu has already said in yourself, how lovely it is that we'll be able to reread Lord Ram's Lila in this verse, in this class on Diwali. So I think for me, this just reminds us how Lord Ram's Lila just reminds me how he protects his devotees. It's just a really great example how the Lord comes to protect his devotees and destroy the demons. And equally in this age, those demons might not be those physical demons roaming around, but the demons that are within ourselves, our own and others, that we need to try to remove. So thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah, absolutely. The Lord Ram took, it says he was taken away by Vishwamitra from a young age. He started, he started very early doing his job, his task that he appeared for. He didn't waste any time. Straight away killing the demons and protecting the pious, and yeah, that's what he was doing. Yes, and we also, you're right. We have so many demons in our consciousness that we need to purify. Even Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 3, Karma Yoga, it talks about Karma Yoga, and then he also talks about lust. That's the demons we have within us. So the obstacles to our Karma Yoga. And then chapter 4 talks about transcendental knowledge, and the demons there are the doubts in our mind. The demonic, they are compared to demons, as Arjun always mentions a demon's name when he's talking to Krishna. Like he's saying that you are killer of the Keshi demon, for example. That these doubts are like demons in my head. Please explain to me, what's the truth. Thank you so much, Mataji. I don't know if Praveen Mataji wants to add anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just want to wish everyone happy Diwali. And like everybody's touched on this, how fortunate we are reading about Lord Ram. So I was very happy when I saw the verses what we are going to read today. And like we know it's God's hand in everything. So this is God's mercy through you, Prabhuji. We are all getting the mercy. We managed to read, and it's nice to read more about Parikshit Maharaj. We knew he was very elevated devotee, but comparing to King Ikshvaku and Lord Ram, it's just your heart fills with so much joy that how great personalities. And about King Shibi, I don't think I've heard before, but so nice to hear the kings like King Shibi who protected the surrendered souls. And then you look at what's happening in these present days, the leaders, they're just protecting themselves, and the general public is all dying. So yeah, we can only pray. We can have leaders like who will protect the animals, because the other day I was saying to my daughter, I feel really useless that we're not able to do anything for the animals. We're seeing how they are slaughtered and everything, but we're not in a position really to do anything. So just like book distribution, I hope we can do something to save the animals, but it's hard to fight with these monsters who are eating them every day. But we can only pray on this auspicious day that Lord gives everyone the knowledge. And then the other word that was mentioned, Paurusha, that is the God's word. It's the Vedas are the God's word. And yesterday we were discussing as family, how what is the right source of knowledge. That's passed on in the disciplic succession. So we can only trust the Shastras and take knowledge from there. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Have a good Diwali, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is the thing that we tend to put ourselves in the center. There's a common belief with the meat eaters that all things are made for us to use, for us to eat, for our gratification. But when you understand that Krishna is the enjoyer of everything, he should be the center, then you understand that, yeah, no, these things are not made for us. Everything is there for Krishna, and Krishna tells us what he accepts and what he doesn't accept. So we go through him, then we know what to accept and what not to accept as well as prasad. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy Diwali to all of you. And yes, it's very nice that we have read about Lord Ram and how Maharaj Parikshit, the last descendant of the Pandus, the Kuru dynasty, has been compared to all the great kings of the past. Lord Ram was the incarnation of Lord Krishna himself, and then Maharaj Shivi, Yudhishthir Maharaj, his uncle, he was compared to, and Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant. So, such a great leadership, righteous leadership, the ideal governance which was rooted in Dharma, and why not? He was born in that lineage where we had the likes of Maharaj Yudhishthir and the Ikshvaku dynasty he belonged to. So you have covered most of things, all of you, and I just pray on this Diwali that we continue to get the wisdom and the knowledge and the strength to apply something, not just be a talk in this life, but if we are able to apply something from this, even if it's 1% or even less than 1%, then we can be at least convinced that we have done something, because reading is not enough. Applying some knowledge to our lives, that is the real thing. Talk is nothing unless it's transferred into actions. So wish you and your families a very happy Diwali, and may this Diwali bring joy, light, wisdom, health, and all that things, nice things which you desire from Lord in this Krishna consciousness living. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks so much. Yes, absolutely right. In the Mahabharata, Karan, I think one of the reasons why Duryodhana went on with the war, because he was like boosted by claims of Karan, like Duryodhana had a lot of confidence in Karan, that he's very powerful, he's invincible, he's better than Arjun. And Karan, when Bhishmadev and Dronacharya on one side were saying that to complete this war, we're going to lead, it will take about a month at least, maybe 45 days or something. This war is going to be a very long process. And Karan was saying, no, you make me the general and I can finish this war within like a week or two. I'll have it all finished, all wrapped up. Victory will be ours. So he's like really boosting Duryodhana that way. And it agitated Bhishma. He said to Karan that strength is not in words, strength is in action. So you can say whatever you want. I can do this, I can do that. That's not where the strength lies. Strength lies when you can actually demonstrate what you said, that you actually do it. That's where the strength lies. The strength lies in actions, not merely in words. And then Karan said, "Oh, I'm not going to fight," while Bhishma is general and like that, and the rest of it. So like that, yes. So whatever we read, whatever we hear, putting in practice is more important than just hearing and saying. So very important to put things in practice. So yeah, let's keep that in our mind and practice and make it perfect. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Diwali. I think we celebrate today and tomorrow with our Iskcon calendar. So all the best. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna.
He says, Siyapati Ramchandra ki jai.
Jai.
Jai
Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Ram.